All right, everybody, let's talk about making money online. It's actually very easy to do, and what's really neat, I'm gonna give you 10 different ideas of different online jobs you can do and about how much they make industry-wide. But think about how easy it is to start a business. That's what's important. Whether you do take these 10 ideas and run and do them full-time, or if you are sitting there going, hey, I'm gonna do it part-time, but at least I put it in the proper business entity so that I can get money, not only doing what I love doing, but also saving money because I started a business and I have legal tax loopholes so that I could put more money in my pocket. Remember, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. All right, guys, before we jump into this, I'm gonna put a link to my side hustle course, a 50% off coupon below. It takes you from literally how to make the money to start your first side hustle, literally the first dollar, to multiplying it over and over to starting a corporation and going big, all right? I'll put that down below. So let's talk about this. And just so you guys know, I'm not joking. I got lots of notes. And no, this is not sponsored by Hot Pockets, but I got notes. You may see my eyes going everywhere, but I'm really excited to talk about this. So we're gonna talk about freelancing. Freelancing, what is it? It is doing a task, a job, something that you know how to do online or in person, whether it be full-time or part-time. Simply put, freelancers can make a business and go as big or do it as little as they want. It's all up to you. Hence the word freelancing. All right, so let's dive into some different websites and then how to sort of judge the different websites. I'm gonna throw up a list of 16 websites, but there's so many more. And check it out, I got them right here. So let's start. The 16 best freelance websites to find work. All right, we have Fiverr, TopTal, Jubal, Freelancer.com, Upwork, FlexJobs, Simply Hired, Guru, LinkedIn, Behance, 99 Designs, Dribbble, People Per Hour, Servicescape, Design Hill, and TaskRabbit. Now, personally, I've used LinkedIn, Fiverr, and Freelancer.com. I've also checked out 99 Designs before, and it's really neat. It was really easy for me to go on those websites, use them, and be able to identify people all over the world that could do different tasks that I needed. Some of these tasks we're gonna line out below, the 10 different ideas for you to make money online. But if you're also looking to have other people help you, let's say start your freelancing business like web design and things like that, you can find other professionals that do things at a fraction of the cost. One of the great reasons is because they live in different countries. They have different currency rates, different costs of living, and what they can do for you could be a lot less and save you a lot more money when you're starting up your own freelancing job. All right, so now talking about those websites, let's go over some pros and cons and some things to weigh out. So first off, you need to find out the ease of use. When you're identifying a company that, let's say, we're gonna come up with these tasks of 10 things that you can do, whether it be a web designer, a copywriter, things like that, whatever you wanna do, you're going to want to showcase your talent, your skills, your ability. You want to go on these websites and you wanna see how easy is it to use. So what do? You simply pretend like you are someone in a business that is looking for someone like you to do a job that you do. So you pretend to be the businessman or woman, you go on the website, how easy is it to navigate? How easy is it to pay? How easy is it to schedule interviews or get samples, things like that. So that's the number one thing, ease of use. The number two thing you want to look at is fees. How much does a company charge? Not only for you, because you may be giving away a lot of money for very little. On the flip side, there are companies that charge a premium for what they deliver, but because they're so good at SEO or search engine optimization, they're able to find more potential clients for you to be able to showcase your abilities to them to get more jobs. So don't always judge the book by how much it says on the cover. You want to see what you're getting for that money. Now, with that being said, you also want to see how the company goes about charging the people that are looking for your service. Look for reviews. You want to look for online reviews of independent reviews, because a lot of reviews by certain companies could be actually paid for, paid and bought. So those reviews aren't really worth their weight in gold, let's say. And then lastly, let's talk about the industries. You see, not all websites are created equal. Some specialize in particular fields. You want to make sure that whatever you're doing is highlighted properly on the website and that the website is in that industry. It's out there looking for professionals and companies in the industry that you're trying to attract so that you have the best clientele looking at your work to possibly hire you. All right, now let's talk about the type of jobs you want to take. It's very simple. You want to do simple jobs first. Why? Because simple jobs are easy to do. Super easy. Ninja, why am I watching this video? Well, this is why. When you start with simple jobs, you build a rapport with the client, right? So you may be in a difficult field, let's say software development, right? And it's super, you know all of these ins and outs of the technology field, and you know how to develop software so specifically and so meticulously that it's better than anyone else. Well, it may be hard to really show that to your client. So maybe the first job you take is something like consulting in software development, or maybe something very simple, very, very simple. Why? Because now you've built that baseline. You show up on time, you do what you say you're gonna do, you charge the amount you say you're gonna charge, it's clean, it's done, you're good. But what you've done is you've now embedded trust between your customer, the client, a company, and you. And now they are more likely to come back for repeat business. Some benefits of freelance jobs. Super important. You have freedom. You can work whenever you want. You could work on your days off, still have a full-time job. You can work in the middle of the night on the days that you still work. As long as you're able to put both of them together, you're able to literally work around the clock. Another thing is that you're your own boss. So you have your own destiny. And again, if you build it into a business, you have viable tax write-offs. Again, it's not just about the money you put in your pocket, it's about the money you save as well. Now, let's get to 10 examples of freelance businesses that you could start right now. And even if you have no skills at all in any of these fields, start thinking broadly. Start using these ideas or these topics, these tasks to get your creative juices flowing. All right, so number one, we've got freelance translator. Do you know how many people are bilingual that actually just use it because they were raised in one country, they moved to another, or they learned another language in school, or maybe 2 or 3 languages, but they never use it to make money? Freelance translators, on average, the national average, the salary is $346 a day. So think about that. You could be a freelance translator. You could travel for your job. You could get hired by companies to go overseas where they pay for you, and your job is to be a translator for business professionals. You could do all kinds of things with that. Number 2, freelance consultant. There are so many people that have owned businesses that have so much working knowledge, and they just retire and do nothing with it. You could take that knowledge and turn it into a consulting business. And even if you didn't own your own business, this is what's really important. I knew somebody that worked as a waitress at a restaurant, but they didn't just work as a waitress. They'd been there for many, many years. They worked their way up from the kitchen to hostess to waitress, then ultimately became a manager. After a while, this lady that I'm talking about had years and years of experience in the restaurant business and was able to become a restaurant consultant. She set up her own business, going door to door to restaurants and saying, I can guarantee you that I will save you double the rate I charge you for my consulting business. She literally put that guarantee out, and it was a really neat way for her to start a new business at the same time working at a restaurant in the industry. And then what's really cool about consulting is you could do it online as well. There's so many places you could travel as a consultant, so many really neat write-offs. So that's a really cool idea too. So let's talk about the third way, freelance copywriter. Now let me talk about some freelance copywriter. To give you an idea, the national average salary is about $25 an hour. What does a freelance copywriter do? What are the duties? All right, here's the list of duties. They may write blog posts, video scripts, emails, web pages, and similar items. Copywriters may specialize in certain areas, or they may write about a broad range of topics. The point being is that there's so many companies that need copywriters to write that if you have a specific skill set in writing, you can use that to make yourself money and start your very own business. And again, you get to work at your pace. A really, really neat thing. Now let's dive into freelance designer. Now, freelance designer, the national average makes around $35 an hour. What's a freelance designer? It's literally anything. How many of you have skills in decorating your home, refurnishing furniture, detailing cars or remaking cars, recreating anything? Designers are needed because so many people feel that they do not, on average, have the skills or the confidence to redesign something themselves, and they want a fresh perspective. Well, a freelance designer is exactly that. You could design just about anything, show a basket of photos or documents showing your work, and then you can get hired by companies and individuals to redesign bathrooms, redesign homes, literally even down to redesigning vehicles. I've seen people that customize vehicles that work as a freelance designer, helping come up with paint schemes, design ideas in vehicles and things like that. Now let's talk about the next way, freelance artist. Now, so many people have art skills, but they don't know how to make money. A lot of people have been doing art for years as a hobby, and they didn't realize that they could commission their own paintings and become an artist and sell online, or come up with designs for people's business cards. My point being is there's so many things you could do with your artist capabilities, and you can put it out there to the world, and you can create amazing landscapes, amazing photos, everything from real life photos, like hand-drawn pictures of people. There are so many people that actually want that, and so many people that can do it, but they don't know how to get that set up. Look at one of these companies, set up your portfolio, show people your skills, showcase those, and then get hired. On average, a freelance artist makes around $39 an hour. And this is everything from illustrating or painting or sculpting. So think about it, it's not just drawing. This is a really neat avenue to make money. So let's now talk about the next one, freelance writer. Again, with writing skills. There's so many people that have writing skills, but they don't know how to make money. Let's give an idea, some job duties. And on average, just so you know, the national average for freelance writing comes to around $42 an hour. So the point being is that it's very easy for you to take old papers that you've written for school or possibly in your own job. You can put those online, somebody from a company see them and like your way of writing, and then hire you to write information for them. All right, number 7, freelance captioneer. Now, you may never have heard this term, but you've ever heard of closed captioning for the deaf? Very easy, right? Well, you gotta ask yourself, who took the time to listen to the words, the audio of a video, and decided to actually type them into a screen? Well, that would be a captioneer. A freelance captioneer on average makes around $50 an hour. And typical duties would be transcribing video content such as movies, online videos, and television shows. This is a really neat way to make money because once again, if you're delivered the audio and you're told that you need to transcribe it by a certain time, you can work on it whenever you want. Let's talk about number 8, freelance web designer. How many people have built a website for themselves and used programs like Wix and WordPress, and then after a while they go, well, that was easier than I thought, only to be the one that did it themselves when there's probably 10 people in the same community that have businesses that are going, oh my gosh, I gotta hire someone to build me a website and I don't wanna pay a ton. Well, that's where you come in. You go, hey, I'll charge this much and I'll make something similar to this one. And you literally show them your website. It's that simple. And there are so many people that will literally hand over money because they don't wanna do it themselves and they're afraid of who they can trust. So you could show them your website. I just designed it. If you want something like this, I can make it for X amount of dollars. But on average, if you think about it, freelance web designers, they make $74,000 a year. That's a pretty good chunk of change. Now let's go on to number 9, freelance social media manager. To say that social media is exploding in the last 10 years is an understatement. And the fact is, more and more people, like myself, the Economic Ninja, are a one-man show. How many times have I just sat there and said, I wish I knew somebody that could just help me organize my work, help me monetize certain things, and then give me other ideas to grow the channel, grow the business. Well, that's where a social media manager comes in. And this could be done even in different countries. I actually know another YouTuber that actually hires someone from Thailand to take in certain emails, process that data, put it into a calendar form for this social media content provider. And then on top of that, they do other things like hire editors, they preview videos from the content creator before it goes to the editor, gives some ideas. There's all kinds of things that they do, but first and foremost, they organize the content creator's life. It's almost like being a virtual assistant. And that's something else. It's just being a virtual assistant. And how easy is that? All you need to be is organized. And a little bit of attention to detail, you will be a great social media manager. On average, they're making $80,000 a year. Now let's go with number 10, and I think this is really cool. It does take a specific set of skill set, and that is being a freelance software developer. On average, $94,000 a year. But you know what's interesting? How many people work in the industry right now and they're not bound by a non-compete? So they could actually be not only a software developer, but also consult companies that are dealing with software development themselves. So many people don't even think about this, and they can actually start a side hustle working for other companies. Now, what's really interesting, I know someone that was in this field that was so good at consulting, actually went to their own company and said, if you would like, I specialize in consulting for these companies, and I know that I didn't get hired under that. I do software development, but there's some ways that I think we could save the company some money. If you'd like, you can pay my company and we'll write a report. They wrote a report. The company loved him so much, they asked him to come on full time. He was, well, I'm already full time here. And they said, no, let's make a whole new job for you. And his pay literally over doubled. It was literally overnight. His life changed forever. But he had the guts to go out there. But if he didn't have his own business, he didn't have the credibility. It would have just been like any other employee saying, hey, I got some idea for you. The company takes it, and then they're out. Guys, I wanted to give you these ideas because there's so many different ways to make money online, and I want to encourage you to go out and do that. But not only that, learn how to start a business. Learn how to start a legal entity the right way to where you can have tax loopholes, legal tax loopholes. You pay less money in tax and you have more freedom to make the choices to make your dreams come true. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. I'll throw that 50% coupon code for the Side Hustle course down below. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.